In this video, we will visualize adding and subtracting fractions from each other and how we can add and subtract fractions with the same denominator. Let's have a look at these shapes. Between these two shapes, how many sections have been shaded in? We can visualize this by counting all the parts or shifting them all together. There are 5 sections shaded in. How many sections are there in total, including the shaded sections? Counting them all, there are 6 in total. Now we know there are 5 shaded sections and there are 4 sections in total. What fraction of this shape is shaded in? The answer would be 5 out of 6, where the 5 represents the number of shaded in sections and the 6 the total number of sections. This is a visual way of representing an addition of 2 fractions. By looking at these 2 shapes again, what are the fractions of these 2 shapes? The first would represent 2/6, or 2 out of 6, as there are 2 sections shaded in out of 6 sections, and the second shape, 3 out of 6, as there are 3 sections shaded in out of 6 sections. Just like the previous slide, if we were to add these fractions together, we would get the answer 5 out of 6. Let's have a look at a similar question. What are the fractions of these shapes? The first is 4 out of 9, and the second is 3 out of 9. What would be the final fraction if we were to add these two together? As you may have guessed, by counting up all the shaded in sections, 7 out of 9. Some of you may have realized that you don't need to always visualize and count the shaded parts to get the answer quickly. Looking at the denominators, if they are the same, when adding or subtracting fractions, this value doesn't change, and the numerators get added together. 4 plus 3 equals to 7. Therefore, the final answer in the question is 7 out of 9. Let's try another question, but with subtraction. What are the fractions of these shapes? We have 4 out of 9 and 1 out of 9. Subtracting 1 out of 9 from 4 out of 9, we follow the same process as before. The denominators are the same. However, we subtract instead of adding the numerators. 4 subtract 1 equals to 3. Therefore, the final fraction is 3 out of 9. Pause and try these questions. Here are the answers.